Hello again. In the last few videos in this series, we were able to successfully create and deploy a PAX4 message endpoint. And in this video, I just want to show you a couple of other functionalities which we weren't really able to explore during our creation of the PAX4 connection. So I'm going to log in with the editor's ID. And I'm going to go to the dynamic event monitoring module. Here, I just want to explore some of the options that we have. We can either clone an approved endpoint or any existing endpoint, really. I'm just going to clone this one. And what this clone functionality does is it clones the existing endpoint that we just chose, but we are able to edit the event type here. We are able to edit the transaction type as well, and also the version of it. So all of these things we can change, but the generated schema as well, we are able to change the field types for it, and we can save and next. If we don't change anything, the system will show an error that the message family and the version is the same. So what I'm going to do is just going to change things up a little bit. Yeah, so now I can continue with the cloned version of this with like minimal changes are required to carry forward another endpoint creation. So yeah, that's one clone functionality that we have, and then the other one is uh, putting some configuration on hold. Right. So if I'm in the middle of creating a connection and I want to suspended for some reason. Maybe because I don't have sufficient information on it yet. Maybe I don't have the correct functions to be added for it. And maybe I just cannot continue with creating that connection. So I can just pause the configuration so I can see which ones I have on hold, which I have to complete later on, and then I can resume it whenever I have the right information to continue. So that's another functionality. Then yeah, so this is basically it from the editor's side. I'm going to log out and log back in from the approver's ID. Yeah, and I'm going to show you that. Okay, so in our in the approver's ID, once the configuration is exported, right? And now it's available to the publisher on the target environment. Um, the approver on this environment can activate or deactivate a configuration. So if I want the PAX4 to run on my dev environment as well for testing purposes, I can simply activate it for my dev environment. So this way it would be fully functional and running and activated in my dev environment as well as my target UAT environment on which I had deployed um, my PAX4 configuration. So yeah, and if I don't want my PAX4 to run in my dev environment, I can simply just deactivate it. Yeah, so this is another functionality. And then yeah, and then simply we have a, let's see, let's filter by under review so that I can yeah. So in the previous video, what I did was I just approved a configuration, but what the approver can also do is reject the configuration. So I'm just going to reject it, and I'm going to leave a comment for the editor, maybe to add mappings, since there were no mappings in this one. Add mappings and functions, right? And then I'll just reject it. So the change request has been sent to the editor successfully. I'm going to log in from the editor's ID. And I can see that the status rejected has been now received to me, and I can view it, and I can see that the rejection comment that the approver left is right at the very top so that the editor knows exactly what to change, and they'll make the changes accordingly and then resend for approval. So yeah, these were just a couple of functionalities which I thought were important to cover. And Yeah, that's pretty much it. Next, we'll be covering our cron job and data enrichment endpoints and how those are configured and deployed and how and why those are needed in Tazama. So thank you.